Hi, Dr. Shea. I just kind of made a video instead of their voice recording portion of it, but if you need me to just kind of record with another phone and send it to you, I can do that as well. It's not a big problem. Um, but I just wanted to kind of get back to you on the questions you had asked me, and and that way you can kind of do what you need to do with the information. And so, first of all, I'm super excited to graduate. I am absolutely thrilled to be able to finally say, once I graduate, that I am a pharmacist, that I have my doctorates in pharmacy. And it's exciting. And I know with the craziness going on, that, we're still getting our doctorates. We earned this moment. And I'll never forget my time at Regis and all my hard work and all my friends that I've made along the way. This is, our moment, and nothing will take that away from us. No matter what's going on, it's something that's going to be a part of my life, and I earned this. And so, kind of going into the questions that you had asked me. So you wanted to know particularly, so why did I choose to become a pharmacist? It's a little bit of multiple situations and why I chose pharmacy. And for me particularly, I remember having to take care of my grandmother at a young age, and kind of seeing her take multiple medications that I don't even know if my mother at the time really knew, or if my grandma really knew what she was taking. And it was the idea of what surrounded the idea of her being okay when she took these pills, and how that was helping her thrive and survive well. And so that was kind of my first spark of pharmacy as medication therapy, that I was really interested. And then I remember having a conversation with my mom before I graduated high school, and talking about pharmacy at the table, and just really going over the career and seeing what she knew about it. And after sharing that moment with my mother about the field, I felt interested in it, and I researched it more and more and more during my undergraduate education, and I fell in love with the career, and that's why I chose pharmacy, and I continued to pursue it, and now I'm here. So yeah. And then particularly, so why did I choose to study pharmacy at Regis University? So I chose Regis University right after I had my interview. I didn't really know much about Regis. I just got a random letter after I took my PCAT, and I found out about Regis. And so I applied after looking into the program, and I got the interview. And when I had that interview, it was such a intimate moment with the faculty, and such a real, genuine expression of care of the profession. And for me, it just goes without saying, I was getting to, talk about pharmacy with people who are so passionate, and you can see it with all our faculty, and having to get to the chance to connect with them one-on-one during the interview really tied me to the university and pulled me in, and even pulled out a passion during that interview that I didn't even know truly was there. And so without a doubt, that interview sealed the deal for me and wanting to go to Regis. So that's kind of how I came to Regis. And so then, so for me, the hardest part of training to become a pharmacist was learning how to be confident and give that information of or recommendation for a patient. So that was my hardest part, or hardest training to become a pharmacist. I had learned so much in school, and I had understood how to grasp the information myself, but now it was how to present that clinical information to healthcare providers. And so I had already gotten comfortable with communicating to my preceptors and other pharmacists, but it was other people in the healthcare industry, such as physicians, nurses, dietitians even had come to talk to me at some point. And so because I had my appies at a little bit of a later time, having those inpatient experiences, I learned it a little bit later throughout my appies on how to truly solidify and become confident in presenting information of recommendations. And so there's a particular moment that I had during my appies, and it was when I found out that a child had MAC, or Mycobacterium avium complex. And I just was looking at their charts, and I realized that they were not being treated right. And so the pharmacists that I was with at the time were very busy. So I let them know, and they said, well, just go ahead and go present it to the infectious disease doctor when they do come. And so I knew that they were going to come in like 20 minutes or so. And so I had spent so much time just like grabbing all this like data and like going to the infectious disease guidelines and pulling that up, and then going to our tertiary resources and using those dosing recommendations, and then providing him with all that information and being confident when I presented it to him. And so when he did approach me, or when he came in, the pharmacist didn't say anything other than look at me and said that he has something to talk to you about. And so I went confidently and I presented that information, and I told him that the patient was not being followed or was not being given the correct doses per the infectious disease guidelines for MAC. And that moment I realized, because he took my recommendation well and he appreciated it and thanked me, and he went and moved forward with trying to change the therapy dosing. And so with that moment, I realized like I have the abilities, I have the training, I have everything I need to become a confident pharmacist, and now I just need to start doing that with my recommendations. And it was thrilling and exciting. And my pharmacist preceptor turned around and said, wow, I am so impressed. Never have I seen any Appy student do that in this rotation with such confidence. And she was just truly impressed with me. And I had such a growth during that Appy, and such a growth in my way of overcoming like difficult or hardships in my movement to become a pharmacist in that Appy. It was a brilliant moment that I'll never forget. And that was definitely a barrier I had crossed, and it was so close to the end that I can finally say that I am confident in being a pharmacist and providing that recommendation now through those Appy's experiences. And so kind of going to the next question, you had asked me my fondest memories here at Regis Universities. And yes, I do have quite a few. I can't say that I don't. My memories with my classmates, I'll never forget any of them. They were all so amazing, and I was able to truly grow well because of my classmates and because of my friendships that I had made with everybody in my class. I never felt scared or uncomfortable with any of them. I literally felt a bond and a connection, and there's moments I have with each and every single one of them that I'll never forget, and I'm so proud of them. I guess a memory that I truly do want to share is I was the regional officer for Kappa Psi Pharmaceutical Fraternity. I was the co-chair for the 2019 Spring Southwest Province or Regional Conference here in Denver, Colorado. I was the chair of that meeting. And so I was the head of everything. I had, not on top of my presidential duties of Kappa Psi locally, but I also had regional duties now to uphold, and those duties didn't just spread to the region, it was nationally. I had questions almost every single day coming in from members of my fraternity stating or asking why they should come to my event that I was this event that I was putting on, and what was so good about it, and what do they get out of it. And so it was a lot. It was so much I had to do. There was not only communication, there was a lot of planning, such as there was reservations for hotels, for banquets, for audio visual equipment, for social gatherings, There was so much that went into this. It was a year worth of planning. And during the time that, and I'll never forget this memory of being done and getting an award for a well completed event, and standing up there in front of all those people and receiving my award and thanking my brothers for standing by my side and believing in me when I didn't believe in me. It's a memory that I'll have because of Regis, and that I'll never forget. And it just goes to show that, you know, you may doubt yourself and you may not believe that you can truly do something, but if you put in that hard work, and if you just look for help and really just don't give up on yourself, you can do it. And I can do it. I feel like I can do anything now because of that. And I'll never ever forget that moment and those memories. You know, Kappa Psi, as I told my advisor, Kappa Psi was my professional development. It was a growth that I'll never forget, and I am who I am as a pharmacist because of it. I'm very confident to present now in front of people, which I wasn't when I first started Regis School of the Pharmacy program. And yeah, I'll never forget it. And so yeah, there's multiple memories, and I'll treasure them forever. And now the last question you had asked me, my plans or goals after graduation. So at the moment, I plan on moving back to Texas. I'm a Texas boy. I love Texas. I'm ready to go back. I love Colorado. I love everything it's offered. But I'm ready to go back to Texas, and I'm going to take my the offer of working as community pharmacy at HEB Pharmacy in South Texas. And so I'll be close to my family, and that's kind of where I'm at now. You know, I don't know about my future goals. You know, I do want to push pharmacy a little further. I don't think I want to stay there, but at the moment this is right for me, and this is what I need to do. And I need to go back to my family. I think it's time. I miss them, and I'm ready to graduate and go home. So that's my future plans at the moment. And with that, that's everything. I appreciate everything that you and the other faculty members are doing to make this, you know, difficult moment be something special for us. And I will miss all of my professors. You guys were amazing, and I'll never forget it. And I'll never forget Regis, for sure. So it'll always be a part of me, no matter what. So thank you, and I wish you and all the other faculty the best, as well as my classmates. I love them all, and I hope that this doesn't mean goodbye. It just means I'll see you later. So thanks for your time.